Hey everybody, it's another day at the Fox Shop out in the field. I think this is going to be my last go around. I've just got to go over, I don't know if you can tell over there where the old corn stalk ground, and then there's some green out there in the field. That's what was bean ground and is now corn. I don't know if you can see that or not, but not a whole lot left to do here. We went over and did, I don't know how many acres last night, 100 acres or 120 or something like that in a different field. Just field cultivated it, and that's going to get planted today. So all that's left is this field, which is right on the edge of a town, and well, I take that back. We do have another field that's way west of here. Well, probably 15 miles or so, I would say. There's a big ass rock right there. I don't know what I want to do here. I guess I'll just run it through the field cultivator. Didn't break anything. I doubt it. Looked like it was sitting on top of the ground, not dug down in the ground. But anyway, going back and forth here. Gotta lift up the field cultivator. You can just snap it back like that, and it picks it up about an inch out of the ground. Just makes it easier to turn it around, but yet it still covers up your tracks. Then you get like this, hit that resume button for auto steer. Tractor corrects itself. Down in the ground, give her some gas, fuel, whatever you want to call it, and away we go. I don't know if I can explain how all this works, or how operating this works on a video very good when I'm going through the field, but you have what are called set points in your, like this button right here, this toggle is what raises and lowers the field cultivator. So like when you come to the end, like we're right now, I'm running at a depth of, I don't even know if you can see that. It flickers when I record it like this, but right now it's set at 3.3. Been running 3.5 most of the time, but or 3.3. So when you get to the end, you lift it up a little bit, and all you do, it has set points, and it's hard to explain. Anyway, which you can go to different screens on your, well, like right there, it's the up is 1.7. And when it's in the ground, it's a 3.3, and you can set these to different depths. But when you get to the end, you click it like this, so you pull it back till it clicks, and that picks it up. And then when you turn, you lower it down like that, and that puts it back down to the 3.3. Probably not doing a real good job on that, but and then. After you're going back and forth through the field for quite a while, turning on the end just kind of it's just habit. It's just you know how you have to turn and everything, and hit that button right there. It says resume, and I think it's got, what is that, a gear with an A in it. That's your auto steer, and I don't know if you can see that white line, and then like a little image of a tractor with an implement, and the implement is set to how wide your field is. Then all these blue lines going this way, and all the blue lines this way, they run up and down here. I just don't know if you can see them. That shows you your next path, but when you turn, that white line will shift over, and you can either get it kind of lined up on that, or after you turn enough times, it's just about habit on how to do it. So I always throttle back a little bit, get to the end, click up, turn. Hard to do one-handed trying to camera. You watch those back wheels, you can just kind of make it so they just barely roll around. Get it kind of lined up, hit the auto steer, tractor takes over, put her in the ground, Then this is your throttle right here. You just shove that forward and away you go. Right now I'm in 13th gear. I'm going about 8 miles an hour. This isn't pulling very hard, so I'm going to bump it up to 14th. And now we're doing about 8.5, 8.7. I'll show you right there. Going up a little bit of a hill, so that'll slow you down just a smidge, but not too bad. And then basically all you got to do is just make sure everything's hanging together and don't have any flat tires or anything acting funny that you need to check out. Usually have the stereo going pretty good. I don't know what else to say. Seat swivels back and forth, you can easy to turn around with and take a look at things. Plus you got mirrors, you got a mirror up there, mirror up there, you got a mirror over there, you got a mirror out there. So you can see behind you pretty good without even turning around, but I find myself turning around and looking all the time just to be sure. But anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. And the way that the auto steer works, there's a couple different ways. You can either have it go off a Starfire. There's Starfire 1, Starfire 2. We use RTK, which runs off of a radio transmitter that's up on one of our buildings, and it's a lot more accurate. It's like right now, well, I'm off course 0 inches. I think it's supposed to be accurate to like 2 or 3 millimeters or something like that. It's more accurate than the Starfire versions. We do have a couple of farms that are far enough away that we can't, the radio won't pick it up very good, although I did run it over in one of those fields a few days ago. Didn't have any trouble. It automatically switches over to Starfire 2, which if you run out of your radio signal, I gotta turn again here. I'm gonna downshift into 13th, throttle back. And when you get to the end right there, you pick it up, turn it. You're pretty well lined up. Hit the auto steer, put her in the ground, and away we go. Shift her up to 14th. Not only does it keep you going perfectly straight, but you don't overlap. Back, I can remember like when I was a kid, heck, you'd be overlapping and you're going crooked. And which doesn't really affect anything. It just saves you a little fuel if you're not overlapping every pass through the field. And planting is nice because you have perfectly straight rows. I mean, I don't think you can get them any straighter. But anyway, I'm probably not explaining all this very good. But that's how you drive the tractor. I mean, right now there's just not much as far as driving. I mean, I'm sitting here. I'm not steering at all. So yeah, kind of see I don't know if you can see the corner over there that I want to get to. See that green there is corn that's coming up, and I just got to go to that corner, which isn't going to take much longer, and then fill in the corner down to the road, and then I'm out of here. And I think that's probably all I'm going to have to fuel cultivate this spring. We'll be done. Although we do have some, we had a pretty good rain, gosh, what was it, a week ago or a week and a half ago, and so we had some ponds that drowned out on some of the corn, so I'm going to have to go back and replant those, which won't take any fuel cultivating, just a little bit of planting. But other than that, not a big deal. I don't know if you watched my other farm type videos, but this is a John Deere 9630T. and 2210. It's a 50-foot field cultivator. I think it's, I can't remember, it's just a little bit over 50 foot. But we let it overlap just a little bit. I don't know. I think some people don't even slow down when they get to the end. And I'm going a little overly slow right now, but I'm trying to hold a camera and do this at the same time. And anyway, here's what, you could be off course like this. You hit the auto steer, and it just takes it right. Just takes it right where it's supposed to be. If you're too far out of whack, it won't do it. And also, if you're going a little bit fast and you're kind of on that edge of where it won't correct it and will, it can jerk you pretty good. I mean, it's not gonna hit your head on the window or anything, but anyway, that's the gist of it. The RTK is that's an option you can get from John Deere, I believe. I think it's a little more expensive. A lot of people probably still use Starfire too, which, you know, I don't know, probably about as good. It's just not quite as accurate, but compared to how things used to be 20 years ago or so, yeah, everything gets planted pretty straight. There's a lot of people, I don't know, I should say some or a lot of people that, you know, they don't have auto steer yet. They just, you know, if they don't farm enough and they can't afford it, then you can't afford it. Not a big deal. You know, your crop still gets in the ground and your corn's still worth just as much as, you know, a bushel of corn's a bushel of corn. But I don't know, I think with all this auto steer, we also have mapping. Not turned on in this tractor right now, but we do have mapping where you can take a card out, you put it in your computer at home, and you can see what fields are producing what and where it might need to put on more chemicals and this and that. And it's getting to the point that when you put on chemicals and even anhydrous and stuff, that it's kind of automatically you start applying more or less according to the field conditions on how it produces and all that kind of stuff. That gets kind of complicated, and I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not a full-time farmer. It's my dad's operation, and I help out more than anything. I mean, I get paid for it, but I don't know everything there is about all that stuff. And I don't know if anybody does. It's changing all the time. So I'll turn around one more time. I throttle back, downshift, come to the end, pick it up, turn. It's kind of hard to do and trying to film at the same time. And I'm going a little slow here, but I'll set this so it's here, going off like this. Hit the auto steer, and it'll just take it right over. And now my end is kind of crooked, but anyway, I am just cruising along, and it won't be long until I'm done. Probably another, I'm guessing within, I don't even know if it'll be an hour, I'll have this field whipped out, and I'll be heading home. And the only thing I'll have left to do is possibly bring the grain tender down. It's a wagon we have to haul the seed beans or seed corn. Right now it's beans, and it's at a different farm right now. It just depends on, my dad's going to come down and plant this, and if he runs out before he gets done, then he's going to need just a few more beans. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and this is running pretty long. I didn't realize I'd been recording so long, so I am going to shut this off and planting season for our operation anyway for 2016 is about in the books. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, hit that thumbs up button, and please subscribe. My channel right now is primarily, it's kind of an automotive channel. A lot of it has to do with my 94 F-150 that I've restored, which you can watch the whole series on that. I got a whole bunch of videos on that, so you can watch all that or whatever. And I'm always doing something to it. Where the channel is going to go long term, I don't know, but we'll figure it out as we go. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.